With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
In this question, we have to look at the given options and select the correct answer, which is an attribute of an organism, which might be morphological, physiological, or behavioral, to survive and reproduce in its habitat. So let's look at all of the options that have been given to us. First, we have migration. Now, migration is not the correct answer here. Migration is a mechanism to cope up with the unfavorable environmental conditions. But migration can be done only when these environmental conditions are localized, that is, they are in a specific region, and they are unfavorable for a short period of time. So what some animals do in such a case is they leave the unfavorable habitat, and in large groups they travel to a more hospitable habitat where they are going to stay until the conditions in their original habitat become favorable again. So this temporary movement to a hospitable habitat is known as migration, but here we are talking about an attribute which will allow it to survive. We are not talking about running away or moving to another habitat, so this is not our answer. Similarly, hibernation is also a mechanism to deal with unfavorable environmental conditions, but again, this is a way of escaping in time or of suspending such that the organism becomes dormant. It enters a period of dormancy or inactivity to avoid the unfavorable environment, and then it is going to become active again when the favorable conditions are restored. So generally, to escape the low temperature or when the food supply is reduced in such unfavorable conditions, organisms hibernate. Now, adaptation is the correct answer over here, because again, if we look at our last option, homeostasis is the term that we use for the constant internal environment which some living organisms have the ability to maintain regardless of the ambient conditions. Their body temperature and their osmotic concentration in their body is going to remain constant, is going to remain stable. So when such a constant internal environment is maintained, we say that this organism is maintaining homeostasis. But adaptation is the correct answer over here, and adaptation is an attribute or a characteristic of an organism which allows it to survive and reproduce in its habitat. So whether it is morphological, such as the thick fur, the dense hair on the body of mammals to prevent loss of body heat, whether it is physiological, such as the sweat which comes out when the temperature is very high and the evaporation of the sweat gives us a cooling effect, or whether it is behavioral, as it is seen that some lizards and many other reptiles also, they come out into the sunlight when the body temperature gets low, and then they go back in the shade or under the ground when body temperature starts rising. All of these different characteristics which enable an organism to survive in the unfavorable environmental conditions are called adaptations. And all of the different groups in our living world. So our correct answer over here is option C.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.